So, New Year was a while ago now, and last year was interesting year for me at least. I had a art block and burnout the whole year almost, so I had time to play some new games and some old games too. So when I'm still trying to work on my art block, I got idea to make a video of my favorite games. So if you're looking for new games to play, remember to watch till the end. I have listed my top 20 games in here. It was easier to make top 20 games than top 10 games list. I'm only going to add games that I've finished because I have a lot of games that I like, but I haven't finished them yet. And I try to keep it more fair for all the games. I will also add multiplayer games that I've played more than 100 hours. Under that, I'm not going to add them so that my list won't get any harder to make. But for a disclaimer, I won't add these two games that you can play in multiplayer but also as single player. This means that I can play the single play mode without internet. I'm going to go from bottom to top, so stay tuned and let's see what is my favorite game for the last year at least. One more disclaimer, I like all of these games, so if your favorite game is not on the list or is really low on the ranking, be sure to tell me that on the comments and how my listing is bad, and also tell me what games you like. On number 20 we have Carrion. Carrion is a game where you play as this red meat monster, killing and destroying on your way out of the laboratorium where you were kept as a prisoner, growing your size and your strength on the way. My interest to this game came from Markiplier when he uploaded his revenge horror game Carrion in 2020. I watched that video for 1 minute and I bought the game for myself and finished it in 2 days. I don't mostly get interested on pixel games, but Carrion was so different game what I've seen, and I love to play as a little killing machine. All the different abilities that the monster had made the game even more funnier to play. There was not that much of a story in the game, but I still like it what we had. On number 19 we have Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper franchise is a game where you play mainly as a raccoon named Sly and his friend, a turtle named Penley, and pink hippo named Mary. They are childhood friends from orphanage who became thieves when they grew up, and they are running from Carmelie the Monte Fox, who is the main cop in the game. This is really small and slim introduction of these games, and it has so much more in it than these few words. But Sly Cooper games are my childhood. First I owned the third game, and after that I got the first and borrowed the second from my childhood buddy. And when the fourth game came out, I was in heaven. I got the game as fast as I could get it, and I had a wonderful time on a couch with PlayStation 3 playing this amazing game and remembering how good the story and the game really are. I had really huge nostalgic feeling for this game when I was playing the fourth game. At one point I almost remembered all the lines in the third game because it was my favorite game in the childhood, and I have played that game at least 20 times. It was that good game, and I really liked the story and the fact that you play as anthropomorphic animals. It is really nice. It gives a lot of change to a game because most of the games you play as a human or humanoid. My ultimate favorite order of these games is Thieves in Time, Band of Thieves, Honor Among Thieves, and Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoon. But in here they all are as one good game. On number 18 we have Slime Ranch. Surprise, surprise, Slime Ranch is not so high on my list even if I review a fanart of this game and I'm waiting the second game to come out. But in Slime Ranch you play as this human named Beatrix and collect slimes to your ranch. It's that easy game and it's really relaxing. There is a lot of more than collecting slimes to your ranch, so don't only wait to sit around in this game. This game helped me at one point with all the things that were happening in my personal life, and that makes this game one of my favorite ones, and it's really close to be one of my comfort games. My favorite slime is the tar, and I'm sad, a little bit of salty that you cannot have this slime on your ranch. On number 17 we have Pokémon. Before all the hardcore Pokemon fans come and attack me for ranking Pokemon so low on my list, I have my reasons. Now, I'm not going to explain what Pokemon is and what kind of games they have. They have a lot of games and they're all different in a way, but everyone knows what Pokemons are, and if you don't know, we cannot be friends. I'm really sorry. So, I like Pokemon and I like their games. I have mostly borrowed games from my friend, and my first own game is Pokemon Black. So I'm not one of those cool kids who played it in the kindergarten. No. I also own Pokemon Shield. It was my second Pokemon game that I got and I really liked it. But Pokemon as a game is not for me, and in the same time it is for me. With Pokemon I get these seasons. I only want to play Pokemon and nothing else, and sometimes I don't want to even think about Pokemon. But I still think Pokemon is one of my favorite franchises to play. On number 16 we have Spyro. In Spyro games you play as a young purple dragon named Spyro, and sometimes as his friends too, but let's be fair, everyone plays this game because you can play as a dragon. Now, Spyro is also one of my childhood games that I like to play. I haven't played all the games and I sure didn't start from the first Spyro game. My first Spyro game was Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which is not the most popular game from all the Spyro's games, and it's not my favorite neither. But after that I played The Legend of Spyro trilogy, and after those, Spyro Reunited trilogy came out on PlayStation 4 and I played that game. I didn't get nostalgic feeling from the game, but I still loved it very much, especially the first game. There was something that really got me interested in that game. It was also nice and kind of challenging game. On number 15 we have Audience Pair. Audience Pair is a game where you play as 5 different characters: Gwendolyn, Cornelius, Velvet, Mercedes and Oswald. The game has 2-dimensional side-scrolling perspective, what is really interesting if you ask me. I don't know or have other games who use that same perspective on their gameplay. The story is really good, but the gameplay even better if you ask me, and I have my reasons why I like the game mechanics more than the story. This game is also really strongly from my childhood games. Did I understand everything they were saying? No, but I liked it anyway. Is it fair to give place to a game that I can't remember half of the story? Yes. I only have good memories of this game and I need to play it again, but it is still one of my top favorite games. If I would play this game again, I believe it would go higher on my rankings, because in the replay I would understand the story and some of the other things in the game. On number 14 we have Metro 2030 and Metro Last Light. Metro is based on a novel called Metro 2030. You play as Artyom in horror survival post-nuclear Moscow and in Metro Network. It is a first-person shooting game where you fight different monsters, explore radioactive areas where you can't breathe, and learn the secrets of the Dark Ones. Metro was one of the first shooting games that I liked and I played. I really didn't play or buy shooting games when I was younger, and I also didn't get those kind of games because my parents didn't want me to play shooting games. And also shooting games can be really boring to me, so it was also one of the reasons not to get them. But Metro got my interest because of the game cover art, nothing else. And after I started playing it, I fell in love with the game. It had something different in it, something that I liked and I still like. I still don't have that much basic shooting games what Metro is, but it is still one of my favorite because of the story and the characters. On number 13 we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is a game where you play as Alien in post-apocalyptic world where humans live in clans and hunt with bows and arrows. And there are machines in the wilderness that can kill you. This game has everything I like. It's post-apocalyptic, you have a bow, there are machines and really strong female lead. I always like when games give you bows. It's so much better than a gun and it gives more characteristic to the game, if you ask me. I really love how the machines are made. They all have their own characteristics and they all makes really nice sounds. There's so much to discover, so much to do, and the story is really addicting On number 12 we have Journey. Journey is a game where you play as red hooded character in desert, and your job is to get to the mountain and same time discover the land history and your own history too. Now Journey is one of my comfort games. I played this game so many times and it's always as enjoyable as it was my first time when I played it. Mostly interesting in this game is how the multiplayer works in here. There are no text in this game, just little sound you can sing with your traveling companion. Everything in this game is beautiful. The sounds, the game mechanics, the graphics and the story. Just A++ game for me. On number 11 we have Bioshock. Bioshock have 3 games. The first 2 games are based on underwater city named Rapture, and the third game is based on airborne city named Columbia. The games are first-person shooting games. Bioshock has been my favorite game from my teenage years. I really love how the first 2 games are similar but still so different. The story in these games are really good and the characters and their motives are also very interesting. I like in the first game how you can change the story by your morality choices. In the second game, I really love the playable character and it's my favorite thing in the game. And in the third game, I really like Columbia, the city where you play. My favorite game from all of these games is the second game for sure. I played that game more than the other 2. Some people wouldn't put all these 3 games in one, but I'm going to do it because they all are really good games. We've finally got to the top 10 of my favorite games, and no further ado, on number 10 we have Darksiders. Darksiders is a game where you play as one of 4 horsemen and fight demons and angels and other creatures. Okay, so let's be honest once again. I bought this game because there was a horse in the first game cover. That's all I needed. What also was a nice surprise after I started playing this game, it was kinda different what I usually played when I was teenager. It was more brutal in a way, but it was really nice change, and the fact that there is a horse in this game and you can ride it made the game even better. My one and only favorite character from this franchise is the Watcher. I love his sassiness so much. On number 9 we have Okami. Okami is a game where you play as wolf named Amaterasu and save the world from demons with inch-tall wandering artist named Isun. I'm gonna say this again, but on the game cover there was a white wolf and you play as a white wolf. That was everything again that I needed to play this game. Okami also has really good story, the combats are interesting and funny. Plus the art style in this game is one of my favorite things and one of the reasons why I played the game. I never seen such interesting way of using graphics in a game. This game also is from my childhood and I played this game so many times and every time I play it I enjoy it. This game will never be boring to me. On number 8 we have The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian is a game where you play as a child who become friends with this huge dog bird-like creature named Chico. Your mission is to escape from the castle where you both were captured. Now, The Last Guardian was a game I wanted really long time. I saw the first trailer of this game when it came out and I knew that I needed this game. But unfortunately, the game never got launched and I forgot it. But then came the day when I saw the new trailer of this game and I remembered that I loved this game, even if I didn't play it yet. And I remembered that I needed that game and I was so happy when I got it. Everything in this game is amazing and I love huge creatures that act like silly dogs. The story in this game is amazing and how you interact with Chico is always really nice and cute. On number 7 we have Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a game where you play as 3 different androids named Connor, Kara and Marcus. They all have their own story arcs that meet and impact each other. Detroit Become Human was my first game where your decisions had impact on the story, if I'm being honest. I know there are better games with more options than this game, but I really fell in love with all the characters in this game. The storylines are exciting and emotional. The humor in this game is spot on. This game is one of those games I really wish to get a sequel in the future. On number 6 we have Path of Titans / The Isle. both of these games are survivor multiplayer games where you play as a dinosaur. Now, I know these two games are different games, but I will still put them in the same spot because despite to be a different games and having little differences in the game mechanics, they're both very similar games. Now, these two games are also one of my comfort games, and when I have to kill time, I play these games. You really don't have to think so much when you play these games, and sometimes that is all I want. Plus, you can play as a dinosaur, so that's a huge plus. They both have a lot of different dinosaurs, from carnivores to herbivores. You can get hooked to this game really easily that you won't even notice that morning changed to night. My longest session when playing these games has been 12 hours in one day. On number 5 we have Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is a game where you play as a human who moves to desert island with anthropomorphic animals. You can decorate the island how you want and get all the villagers you want if you're lucky. Animal Crossing is my I want to relax and look cute things kind of game. There is not that much action in the game and you can just space out while you play. If you like to decorate in games, Animal Crossing is for you. I played this game 2 to 3 years now and I'm still not done with my island. There is just so much what you can do that you can't decide what is the best thing to do. In this game also, like on Pokémon, I have these seasons where I only want to play Animal Crossing and nothing else, and then I forget this game. With the new DLC that came out last year, the game really got me hooked up once again. I also have a lot of villagers that I need to hunt for my island, but my luck to get them is not really high. On number 4 we have Minecraft. Minecraft is Minecraft, and I'm not going to explain what this game is because everyone knows what Minecraft is. I'm not a Minecraft veteran, so I have to say I've owned this game for a few years now and I enjoy playing it. All the new updates bring me back to this game and I always got hooked up once again. Like with Pokémon and Animal Crossing, I also have these seasons where I only want to play Minecraft and nothing else, and after that I forget this game exists. Minecraft is one of those games what switches, is it my comfort game or is it not my comfort game? It's always hard to tell. We already got to my top 3 games and I must say, these games are the ones I played the most and I always go back to them. I think about these games almost every day and when I think about them, I want to play them. But on number 3 we have Overwatch. Overwatch is multiplayer first-person shooting game. If you look my time, how much I have spent in this game, it is the biggest number on game that counts the game time. This game is so deep in me, it has been my favorite game from 2017 to 2021. So nice for years, it has been my top game that I played and I still play. I love all the characters in this game, all their stories and some of their voice lines still hits deep. Overwatch was my first multiplayer game that I really liked. I really wish that this game would rise again on popularity of multiplayer games. I'm one of those who are waiting Overwatch 2 to launch. Now, if we would go back in time like few months, I would have had Overwatch on the second spot, but another game rise to my top 2 and the game is Dead by Daylight. Another multiplayer game where you can play as a survivor or as a killer. There are 4 survivors in each game whose main mission is to fix generators, get gates open and survive. But in every match there is one killer whose main mission is, surprise surprise, kill all the survivors. If we look the time I've played this game, it's not near what Overwatch has, but this game has risen from my I play this sometimes to I wanna play this every day. This game is addicting. I enjoy playing it so much. The idea in this game is so simple and the game dev team has done pretty good job so far with this game. There are updates often, new survivors and killers coming, and some of the characters are old horror movie characters and I love that. We're now on the top 1, my most favorite game from all the time. We've had so many good games in the list, so what could possibly be the number 1? Wait no more, because my favorite number 1 game is Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, you heard me right. a RPG tabletop game is my favorite game of all the time. And I know, is it fair to bring this good game to a list full of video games? No, but I still did it. Now, Dungeons & Dragons is fantasy tabletop role-playing game where you have the Dungeon Master aka DM and your players who all have their own characters who they play. The DM has a campaign but can be their own made or straight from the book, and they all gather together to play. The DM tells the story and the players interact with it. How good or bad you interact with the story is decided by the dices. There are mainly 7 different dices that you roll in this game. There can be a lot of role-playing or combats and everything is possible in a way. Every D&D game is different, there is never 100% same game. Why? Because we still roll the dices, baby! Now, I have been playing D&D 4 to 5 years now as a player, and I've been Dungeon Master for a few years, I think. I have 2 ongoing campaigns right now, and I'm playing in 2 campaigns also. The main reason why D&D is my favorite game is how changing the game is. You never know how the story goes. First you can think everything is going good, nothing can stop you or your party, and boom, something happens. You roll the nat 1 on an important thing. Another main reason why I love this game so much are my friends who I play with. The adventures we go together, the time when we all laugh, cry, fight, they all are important and they really make this game my top 1 game. I was just kidding, the main reason are the dice. Look at my dice collection, I need more! Thank you so much for watching this video. It was really nice to make and think all the good games that I enjoy playing. What are your favorite games? Do we have same games or different ones? Tell them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, remember also to subscribe and follow me in Twitter. Both of these really helps me a lot and I will see you in the next video. Bye!